So please join me in giving Alan a warm welcome.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you all for waking up early on the last day of the conference. How many people do you think we are missing to the front nine? Just a few, probably tea times this morning. So who here, honestly, is sick of hearing about the millennials? Come on, you can be honest. All right, well, unfortunately, y'all just paid a millennial to come talk about millennials for the next 50 minutes, so here we are. I'm kind of sick of talking about the millennials as well, mainly because folks frequently say, we want you to come talk about the millennials. Talk about the young people. I'm like, that's very helpful. That's like asking someone to show up and talk about financial planning. What would you talk about? Because Gen Y, also known as the millennials, these are the same group of people, is the largest generation in history. Whenever we look at the ages, which are not official because the government does not set these definitions, researchers do based on various studies. Gen Y is somewhere between born 1980 and younger. So the oldest millennials are turning 36 this year. And then they go down to somewhere we don't know. We haven't decided yet. Some would argue in college that they're actually sophomores in college are no longer Gen Y. We don't really know. Gen X is the group that's squeezed between Gen Y and the baby boomers. So the baby boomers had lots of babies because they were the largest generation in history. Suddenly now we have Gen Y, which is the largest generation in history, and poor Gen X is squeezed in between Gen Y and the millennials. We got about 92 million millennials, 50 million Gen Xers. So when we talk about Gen X and Gen Y, we are not talking about a niche market. We are talking about half the population of the United States. It's like saying women are a niche market. I hate that. Women are not a niche. They're 51% of the population. You have to be a little more specific. Interesting statistic is that 42% of next-gen investors prefer to work with an advisor near their own age. Now, I don't think this is an age thing. I don't think you literally can only work with people within 10 years of your own age. But what we know is that people want to work with an advisor near their life stage that understand the situation they're going through. I have a child that's about to turn 2. The only thing I want to talk about is the fact that I didn't sleep for the first 12 months of his life. Fortunately, he sleeps now. I would like an advisor that understands that. I don't necessarily want to work with an advisor that's much older and is telling me about their grandkids that sleep great. And the other statistic that you probably frequently hear is this $30 trillion wealth transfer. We've all heard about the wealth transfer, and I would really, really, really like to stop talking about it. Because it implies that we can only work with Gen Y whenever they're rich. We can only work with them whenever mommy and daddy dies and leaves them money. And that is not accurate. It's not true, and it's not a healthy relationship to bring into working with younger clients. If we want to engage the next generation of clients, we have to do it in a different way than saying, one day you're going to be rich, and then I'll be happy that I'm working with you.